Let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the local bourse that has been trading relatively flat ahead of the long weekend, the Easter weekend that we are getting to shortly. So the all share relatively flat, but sinking a little bit into the red at this point by the end of the session. The all share declining by almost 0.25%, that largely coming from the Resources 10 complex that has sunk more than 2.5%. We do have the Financial 15 though eking out gains of almost 0.5%, and the Industrial 25 up by almost a similar margin. Let's check in on what is happening in the US markets, and quite a mixed picture over there. Of course, we have had a lot of comments coming from Donald Trump, seeming that he is not happy with Fed Chair Jerome Powell after he made a speech at the Economic Club of Chicago yesterday, and clearly the president not taking those in a good way. And he has said that he really cannot wait to see the back of Fed Chair Jerome Powell. He cannot wait for his determination, and actually demanding that he should cut interest rates now. Looking at the markets, the S&P 500 being the only bourse in green territory with a gain of more than 0.25%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq that was sliding by 0.24%, and the Dow shedding almost 1.5%. Let's take a look at what is happening with markets across the Atlantic. And we did have the European Central Bank doing what Trump wants the Fed to do, and that is cutting interest rates. And the ECB has cut interest rates for the third time, seeming to be open to more. A mixed picture that we are seeing there, but largely red. FTSE 100, the only bourse in a green territory, greening by almost 0.1%. The CAC 40 leading the losses that we are seeing there, with a loss of more than 0.5%, and the DAX giving up almost 0.5%. Let's check in on the currency scene and start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. A little bit of strength coming through to the rand at 18 rand 77 against the US dollar, against the pound at 24 rand 89, and the local unit at 21 rand 36 against the euro. Let's take a look at the other currency pairs, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.13, pound dollar at 1.32, and the yen just above 142 against the US dollar.